ho, ho. Welcome to the Quick and Painless Pro Wrestling Podcast. I am one of the hosts, and I'm hoping the other one's here, but I'm one of the hosts, Carter.
And you see how I was building like some tension right there? Like, is he or isn't he on the other side? I don't know.
Is it?
I don't know. Is it?
Could it be? Wow.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Yes, I am the other host, Dillon, coming back at you with my smooth AM tone podcasting voice.
That's now your catchphrase. We're ending our season with you establishing a catchphrase.
Yes.
The smooth, sultry AM radio sounds. Fly ball caught.
Party on, Wayne, and party on, Garth.
Right.
Yes.
Wow. So it's been a while.
Together again.
Yeah.
Together again, just like in Muppets Take Manhattan. Together again.
Is that in that movie?
Yeah, it's like the opening song of that movie.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they pop on. Kermit's like, together again. Yeah.
I've never seen Muppets Take Manhattan.
Yes, it's good.
I've seen some Muppet movies. Do you remember the show Muppet Babies?
Do I? It's like my daughter. Yeah, Muppet Babies. No, my daughter watches that. My daughter watches that Muppet Babies.
Yeah, that's still around.
They have like newer episodes.
Newer episodes.
Yeah, it's like it's animated in that like computer animated.
Really?
Like Pixar style. Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. I mean, it's got the same spirit of the original show.
What about Fraggle Rock? Did they bring that back?
No.
Okay.
No Fraggles are rocking on Disney Channel.
They have stopped. They stopped rocking.
Long ago.
Yeah, see, I need to get up to speed on all of this. Now that I've got a little baby around the corner, I got to know, which way to look as far as the shows and the channels go.
Well, it's pretty much useless for like the first year and a half, 2 years.
So I can watch whatever I want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're good. Yeah, you're good for like a year and a half, 2 years. But after that, you better start setting money aside to invest into Disney Plus because holy cow.
Hey, I've got a friend of ours. They came over to watch the dogs one day when we were, I don't know where the hell we were, but they came over to watch the dogs, and it was like that weekend that Disney Plus was released. Mm-hmm. And they're basically children, so they got Disney Plus for themselves, and they just left themselves logged in. So I have that now.
And like, it's still active, like you can still access it.
Yeah. Well, remember when I told you that I watched live action Lion King? I mean, it's not live action.
Yeah.
It's just like, and I guess I should have corrected myself. It's not live action. They didn't get it wasn't Tiger Lion King.
Yeah, emotionless, no facial emotions. Lion King. Yeah.
They need to remake Lion King with Joe Exotic. Tiger Lion King. Yeah. Or Cats with Joe Exotic. I bet if they cast...
That'd be rough. That would be rough.
If they cast Joe Exotic for Cats and he delivered that famous line, I'm never going to financially recover from this, that would have been, I don't know, some foreshadowing for how Cats was going to do at the box office.
Yeah, there's your selling point.
It would have done more if Joe Exotic was in it.
Yeah. Oh, it'd just be a crap show. People would have to see it.
Have you seen... Yeah. Maybe I won't say that. Yeah, I'll keep that one for off air.
Okay. I did finish watching Tiger King though.
Okay.
Yeah. Holy crap.
Was your mind blown, pun intended?
I tried to avoid any information on what was going on and everything, and I was just like, this is how it ends.
Yeah.
Like it ends bad. It's so bad.
I mean, at least, yeah, I mean, I guess something like that has to be real. You know what I mean? Like, so many twists and turns. I mean, not really twists, but just things that you're just surprised about. You're like, what?
It just gets so convoluted at the end, just like so much stuff going on, and
yeah,
everybody keeps becoming worse and worse as a person.
My favorite part is probably when Carol Baskin's new husband just like randomly breaks out into song for her.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I asked Brie, I was like, do you want me to do that for you? She was like, no. So, of course, that means yes.
Brie, can you put this leash around my neck and look into the camera right over there?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say cheese.
It's that was a crazy show.
Yes.
The good news is, though, is because it was such a worldwide phenomenon, you can use that for an icebreaker of any conversation. Like meeting your girlfriend's parents for the first time and don't know what to say, ask them if they think Carol Baskin killed her husband.
Yeah. So me and my friends have had a discussion about this, and I just wanted to get your guys' thoughts. Like,
yeah.
What do you think of Carol Baskin? Like, she's a bitch, right?
Oh yeah. Good job, honey. I like this one.
The mom's like, don't get him started on it. We just put out that fire. Don't start it again,
great.
please.
So okay. Well, yeah, it's been a couple weeks since we've recorded together. I think you busted it wide open and said, "Hey, I'm going to do a solo podcast." Last week, what of it?
And laid the groundwork.
Yep, laid out a challenge, an open challenge.
And I honestly feel like you rose to that challenge.
I did.
Yeah, I applaud you.
Thanks.
I was wrong about your mental capacity.
I mean, you
can't handle it. You can't handle it.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I was supposed to do it on Sunday, and then I didn't. So you were half right. Because then I ended up doing it on Monday.
All right. Yeah.
But here we are. We're doing what we would consider, I guess, our season finale. I think it only makes sense that we're doing it now since wrestling's kind of starting to dwindle down. A lot of shows have been...
It's dwindling.
Yeah. Well, a lot of shows have just been taped, right?
Yes.
WWE is probably the only one that is doing live shows. Obviously, NWA Power has been on a hiatus. Impact has tapings that they're airing. NXT is doing tapings, and then
I thought NXT was live.
I don't think it was live last night, though.
You don't think it was?
I don't think so. Or maybe it was. Maybe it was last week.
I think that last week. I'm almost positive last week wasn't live, but I think this week is like the first week of like live shows for both Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. You're right. Yeah, because of that was the big deal about the mayor of where the Sunshine State, or whatever that was. Orlando, was it? Yeah, I don't know, or Tampa, something. No, Orlando. One of those sunny cities down there in Florida.
With the sun and the cities.
And, the handles. I got too many handles. Panhandle.
Well, what are you doing? What have you been up to, and what are you doing now?
You don't want to know what I'm doing right now.
Wow.
No.
Great. So our last episode has to be an explicit episode?
Yeah. Beep. I am sipping on an Oberon, and just talking with you, man.
Dude,
just talking with you.
So last year was the first year, well, not the first year, but last year apparently the like big beer stores around here changed distributors, so we don't get Oberon in Virginia anymore. Oh shit! By the way, I'm recording from Virginia.
Yeah.
So much for our undisclosed location.
And now they know we really weren't in Tony Khan's basement.
Oh no!
Yeah.
But anyway, so
Virginia is Oberonless.
They are Oberonless.
Yes.
So I guess it was Saturday. Maybe it was Friday. Doesn't matter. I was like, my wife, her being pregnant and with the pandemic and the stay-at-home orders, we're really trying to take that as seriously as we can in all seriousness, just because her being pregnant, obviously her immune system is a little bit more compromised than the average person, so we don't want to take any chances. So for the most part, she has stayed home this entire time. Mm-hmm. Well, obviously that has taken a toll. So she's got cabin fever a little bit. So, I mean, even the littlest things, I'll be like, hey, I'm going to run to the store. I got to go get, I don't know, whatever. She's like, can I come with you and just sit in the parking lot? I'm like, sure.
Like she's some kid who got punished.
You stay here. Don't touch anything.
I'll be back in 10 minutes.
I swear to God, don't put the car in gear. But anyway, so obviously Virginia has no Oberon, but North Carolina does. So I was like,
that might be a little bit of a risky trip.
Nah.
Did you do it? Did you drive to North Carolina to go get Oberon?
I mean, I was going to willingly say yes, and then you said that with a judgy tone. So, but yeah, hell yeah, I did. So I was like, hey, want to go to North Carolina with me to buy some Oberon? She was like, sure. So that's what we
I sure
did.
could use one right about now.
Right. So that's what we did. So anyway, long story short, I could be also enjoying an Oberon with you, but I chose whiskey tonight, so that's what I'm drinking.
Oh. Gentleman's Jack?
Indeed. Look at you.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I mean, I'm not a whiskey snob by any means. I do like whiskey, and sometimes I'm not afraid to spend decent money on it, but
a house payment on
right.
a month's supply of whiskey if the occasion calls for it.
But if I'm just feeling some whiskey, like I'll just go and get like some Jack or whatever, and I'll call that good. So
I like Gentleman's Jack. It's really smooth.
It's not bad.
Yeah,
I prefer Woodford, honestly. That's probably the smoothest for my palate. Mm-hmm. But I don't mind some Gentleman's Jack.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Man, what else have I been doing?
Yeah, what have you been doing?
Just working. That's it.
What the heck? What is this? that is run into you at a bus stop? Oh, what have you been up to? Just working,
Working.
Oh, what about you? I'll be working too. Oh, okay.
All right, Cookie
Well, I'll
Monster.
see you later.
No, that's not Cookie Monster. What Sesame Street character has that voice?
I
This is the
forgot his
second
name.
reference to Muppets.
It's that chef.
Oh,
I forgot his name, though. Yeah, I forgot his name, but that's him, and that's you.
Yeah.
You at a bus stop.
The Swedish chef.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just flipping pancakes like with a chef's hat on. Like,
Oh, just working. Stupid. How has work been going? Have you been exposed?
to the coronavirus? No.
Oh, have you been
Yeah.
exposed to something else or someone else?
No. Just
Okay.
it's been going. It's been busy.
Oh, yeah. Well, there
Yeah.
we go again. Well, just been going.
Yeah.
Work's been going good.
Manufacturing the worker there, so
Carol Baskins.
still a bitch. No, it's been going. Just extremely busy and long hours, and I'm trying to think if there's anything else that like I've watched. You know what? I've been practicing my golf swing.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been trying to get all limbered up in hopes that there might be golf this summer.
You can't golf?
Maybe. No.
Really?
Courses are closed.
Oh, okay. Well, that is not the case here.
Yeah, I hate you.
So take that.
I hate.
I mean, let's be honest. You have probably the worst governor in the country. So,
Well, I would not like to get too political on here. So, just for the sake of it, but I am going to remain neutral.
okay, fair enough.
Neutral is where I stand, but yeah, just tweaking the golf swing a little bit and having some mild success with that.
Nice.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to going out and playing, and yeah, so that's it.
Wow. Okay.
I live an exciting life in these desperate times. So
Yeah.
yeah. What about you? Huh?
Oh, just working.
Yeah. What are you
Working away. No. So yeah. So I got a new job. My old job was very timely and asked me to step away about a week before this pandemic happened. So that was interesting. Thankfully, though, I had some other things lined up, and so I got a new job, and very excited to be doing that because the coolest thing about all of it is that I permanently work from home. It's not just an occasional thing or just a pandemic thing. I'm doing that all the time. So especially with a baby on the way, that's going to be very convenient. So I'm excited about that.
Nice.
But in doing that, I had to take a drug test, which, spoiler alert, I passed.
You're really leaving people on the edge of their seats for a second.
Yeah, you know me.
Yeah.
But anyway, in going to the lab to do the whole thing, I spotted a gym across the street. Not just any old gym, but for those of you who know...
Not a GYM, but a JIM.
I was like, what's up, man? No. So it's Defy Gym.
Defy Gym.
Yep, Defy. So there's Defy Orlando. There's Defy, I think it's San Diego. I could be wrong. It doesn't matter.
So
but anyway.
This is a pretty big name gym.
Yes. So there's this dude that I know. This is going to be a name drop, but Desmond Xavier, last time I was in Orlando, I was back and forth with him. He was like, dude, you need to go to Defy. And I never freaking did, and I'm really upset about it. But he and I were supposed to go and have fun, but then he wasn't there, and it's a big thing. But anyway, there's one here. So when the world opens back up, I plan on going there as one of my new gyms of choice, which is pretty awesome. So Defy is kind of like a free running gym.
Explain free running.
Free running, aka parkour.
Oh, okay.
So, or like, a lot of people that do like American Ninja Warrior and stuff like that go to that. But anyway, people that are like high flyers like to go to gyms like this. So,
Gotcha.
Super exciting. I'm pretty pumped to go when the day comes.
That is probably the worst name you could have for a gym at this moment in time right now.
What?
Defy Gym.
You're the worst thing. Did you ever think about that?
That a gym could have right now? Probably.
Hey, I just saw the gyms are opening again. So, F you.
Is that in phase 3 of the getting the economy back on track?
I think
plan?
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as long as you're, 6 feet apart from the person
That's right.
in the gym, you're fine.
That's right.
Yep.
So, anyway, there's not a lot that I've been doing. I've been trying to keep up on wrestling, of course.
Yes.
But yeah, obviously a lot going on with transitioning into a new job. So there's that.
Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, good on you.
Chicken.
Chicken. You mentioned this on last week's episode, but Hot Rod.
Yes.
Until I listened to that, and I was like, I totally forgot about that movie.
Okay, so you've seen the movie.
I have seen the movie. It's
Okay.
been a while, but I have seen it, and I remember how funny that movie is.
Yeah.
I don't think Andy Samberg gets a lot of credit.
No.
I mean, he's got the whole thing with the Lonely Island, which is great.
Yeah.
But as far as like a making like being in comedic movies, I don't think he gets enough credit for how funny he is.
What other comedic movies does he have that are like?
I can't think of like any
Oh.
leading roles that he's had, but I can think of like other movies that he's been in. I Love You, Man.
Oh, right. Yeah, he's the brother.
Yeah, the gay brother. He was also in what's that Adam Sandler movie? That's My Boy. Or
Yeah. Yeah,
something
that's
like
my
that.
boy. Yep.
Yeah.
I've only seen half of that movie. Not because I shut it off or walked out. I don't know.
Yeah. It was okay. I mean, Adam Sandler comedy, but
Yep.
Andy Samberg's great though.
He has that
funny.
movie Pop Star.
I haven't seen that.
So I've seen it. I need to see it again because I feel like it's one of those movies that just gets funnier. But there are some things in there that are pretty good.
So here's a question for you:
Sure.
top 3 comedy movies.
That's tough, because it's interesting because I've had this conversation with a lot of different people, but I've also had this conversation with
Jim.
yeah. I was like, yo, man, let me talk to you real quick.
Yeah, it's not GYM, it's JIM.
Let me holler at you.
Yeah.
So, like, if you've ever talked to anyone who's never seen Seinfeld before, you try to explain to them how Seinfeld is. It doesn't translate because they're like, oh, so it's like every show nowadays? Like, yeah, it is. But if it weren't for Seinfeld, they wouldn't be like that.
Right.
It's the hardest thing to like explain, and it's the same when anytime you say like best movies of any genre of all time. If I say like Caddyshack or like Billy Madison, you'd be like, okay, so you've got a lot of
Wiggle room.
well, you got like absurdity in there and like not spontaneity, but what's the word I'm looking for?
Oh God, what is that? Improv.
Sure, and I mean we're along the same lines, but it's still not
Yeah.
what I'm looking for. But anyway,
Slapstick.
just stop while you're at it. But basically just absurdity, I guess.
Okay.
But when things are like absurd for the sake of being absurd, like Billy Madison's how like some of his, you have primary characters and you have secondary characters. Like some of his secondary characters were so outlandish,
Dice.
and absurd that they kind of had their own storyline of like, where did this person come from? Like it always made the viewer be like, man, what's that guy about?
Yeah. Yeah.
But like everything's like that nowadays, especially with comedy. So it's kind of hard to make that distinction. But I don't know. As far as comedies go, I feel like one or both of those have to be in there.
Well, I just wanted to know your top 3 comedies. I didn't want you to like go back through time and like give me a Webster's dictionary explanation of the different styles of comedy and everything like that. Your personal top 3 comedies.
Ugh. Dude, I don't even. Comedies are like my default movie genre, so I don't even know if I could do that. That'd be like asking me what my favorite songs of all time are. You can't really do that either because music, much like entertainment, because music is entertainment, I guess, but music, just much like movies, can be a depiction of one's mood. So if I'm not in the mood to watch freaking, I don't know, Shawshank Redemption, I'm not going to watch it. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean it's not a great movie.
Right.
So, but
Okay,
I will turn it around because I
Never
think
mind
maybe,
then.
No, no.
Screw
no,
it.
no.
No.
Oh no.
This segment is dead. So.
Yeah.
Jeez, F that up.
I mean, all right. We'll just go with fresh off the dome here.
Okay.
I said Billy Madison already.
You'll stick with that?
No, I won't stick with that.
I said it. I did like a 5-minute conversation about it, but no.
Oh man. So I'm gonna say Hot Rod. I'll say Hot Rod is in there for sure.
Okay.
Because anytime that's on, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Now I'll throw it to you. What's one of yours?
I don't have any. I hate comedies. So. No. Airplane.
I was waiting for you to say Dorf. Dorf does golf. Ernest scared stupid.
Yeah. Ernest buys some toilet paper. I don't. Airplane though.
Airplane is a great one.
I love Airplane. It's especially Leslie Nielsen in that movie. He's a genius in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's trying to play it so serious, but it's not serious though. It's just
Yeah.
I think that's what little trivia on this movie, I believe. So when Leslie Nielsen was, first started filming this movie, he was getting upset because he felt like he couldn't be funny. He was trying to be funny during the movie, and he felt like it wasn't working. So I think he was told, just play it serious. Don't try to be funny. Just play the role serious.
Surely you can't be serious.
Surely I am serious.
I am serious. Don't call me Shirley.
Don't you call me Shirley. But yeah, just all around great quotes in it.
Mm-hmm.
Comedy's outrageous and
outlandish.
It's outlandish. And it just doesn't let up. So
yeah.
Who
do you prefer, Leslie Nielsen or Lloyd Bridges?
Ooh, I don't know. They're both great in that movie.
Is Lloyd Bridges in Airplane?
Yes, he is.
Oh crap!
He's like, well, looks like I picked the wrong week to stop taking amphetamines. So he's that guy.
Yeah, he sure is. Dang.
Yep. Picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue.
That's right. Oh man, that's tough. And what I love about both of them is they used to be like serious actors. Their whole careers were, like dramatic movies.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, they were like, yeah, I'm going to do, slapstick comedy instead.
Well, they took that dramatic acting they had and just applied it to like these, like you said, these slapstick movies, and it ended up just being hilarious. Because, like I said, they're playing it so straight.
Lloyd Bridges in Hot Shots, I think, is like one of my favorite roles of all time.
Are you sure he was in Hot Shots, or was it Spy Hard?
Definitely Hot Shots.
I forgot. Who did he play in Hot Shots?
Admiral Thomas. Sorry, excuse me.
What do you got going on over there, buddy?
No,
Admiral Thomas.
Oh.
Something.
Listen, I passed my test, all right?
Yep. thank God, because then you wouldn't be able to be doing the stuff that you're doing right now. So. Joking. Lloyd Bridges, so he's an admiral in Hot Shots.
Correct. Dude, as soon as you see him, watch Hot Shots, as soon as you see him, you're like, oh, right.
Yeah, as soon as I see it, I'll be like, oh, okay. But
Yeah.
I do remember him in Spy Hard.
Yeah.
Which was also with Leslie Nielsen. I think he played the president in that movie.
Probably.
Yeah. So. But yeah, Airplane.
Airplane.
Airplane. So.
Top 3 is tough to do because I want to say Tommy Boy, but like I can quote the entire movie from beginning to end, which, you know,
Yeah.
I usually put on most job applications. So
Herbie Hancock.
yeah.
Yeah. Wait, what? What is this? I don't know what your license says, but yeah, I didn't go with top 5. I thought I'd narrow it down to like only 3 choices, thinking maybe it'd be a little bit easier.
No, how would that be easier? Nobody has a definitive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everyone's like, this is, and it's all interchangeable. So if you reduce it to 3, they're going to be like, oh.
Well, it's less choices you have to think about.
No.
Yeah.
No, you're thinking about all of the choices.
No,
and
it's
which
true.
one
Less
could
choices
be,
you have to think about.
No, because you're thinking about all of the choices that you can now not use.
Yeah, I don't like your logic.
It is fair and honest.
I'm going to open up this window next to me. I'm going to throw it out.
Why don't you throw yourself out that window?
Logic out the window. Yeah.
Okay, well, it's been 32 minutes of nonsense.
Yeah.
So,
We haven't mentioned anything about wrestling except Ziggy Dice, so
Yeah.
yeah.
I've
Welcome,
tried.
Ziggy.
I said NWA.
I said turnbuckle.
Yeah. Well, what the hell? What's going on in the world of wrestling? Any news you want to get to? Probably, right? And some big shit happened yesterday.
Yeah, there's a big steaming pile of wrestling news that just got pushed out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, wow. Well, where do you want to start?
Probably with the big steamy pile.
Yeah. I mean, we'll start with the pile. Okay.
What you got?
Well,
lay it on me, newsman.
All right. Well, let's kick it off first with some sad news. Passing of Howard Finkel.
Yep.
Today. Yeah.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah.
That sucks. I always loved Howard Finkel.
Oh, man. Like, when I think back to my wrestling childhood, his voice is...
Narrating all of it?
Narrating all of it, yes. Synonymous with my wrestling childhood.
Yeah.
Just like all the, big announcements and big moments he was a part of as a ring announcer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just that bombastic voice, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. No!
Mm-hmm.
It was great. And, yeah, it's really sad. Really sad. And from what I've seen from, like, all the comments, he was, a much-loved guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, I think... of course, everybody always loved when he announced, somebody becoming a new champion, but I always loved it when he did the Royal Rumble and he would start off by saying, "Now it is time for the Royal Rumble match,"
Mm-hmm.
That gave me chills every time, and then just like to hear the reaction of the crowd after he announced the match was starting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Think. Awkward silence.
So I hope that WWE did or does so the New York Yankees, one thing that was always really cool is, I'm not a big Yankees fan, by the way, but I'm a big Derek Jeter fan. Why? Because he's where you and I grew up. But they always had an announcer. His name is Bob Shepard. That always did their lineup and announce them when they would go up to bat. When he passed away, Derek Jeter asked if they would basically just always play Bob Shepard announcing him anytime he walked up to bat. So
like a pre-recorded like thing, yeah.
Yep. So no matter what, when Jeter was going up to bat in Yankee Stadium, it was Bob Shepard announcing him.
Well, that's really cool.
So that would be cool if they did that for the Royal Rumble or something like that, where no matter what, it was still going to be Howard Finkel's voice. You know what I mean?
Right.
That'd be cool.
Man, just like when you think of voices that are synonymous with different sports or, you know, different teams, where you got like John Madden with the NFL.
Jim Ross with wrestling.
Jim Ross with the wrestling too. Yes, of course. Bob Costas.
Sure. Yeah. Al Michaels.
Who's the college basketball announcer?
Dickie V.
Yeah. Yep. He's a diaper dandy, baby.
Yeah.
So I think definitely you'd put Howard Finkel in that, with having the voice synonymous with pro wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Okay, so no more of the somber tone. Let's. I mean, I guess it's still a little somber because we still haven't addressed the steamy pile.
No, we haven't.
And we're of course talking about WWE releases.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to read up on it just so I could understand it a little bit better. But I think you have a better business mind, or probably understand the stuff maybe a little bit better than what I would, or how I could explain it. So, yeah, would you mind just kind of like going through and just explaining what happened, and maybe we could talk about like the reasoning behind it?
Yeah, I mean, it's basically, you've got operating expenses versus revenue coming in. And you're obviously not making a lot of revenue right now because you're not selling tickets to live shows. You're pretty much just banking off of merchandise, the network, and
other guaranteed deals.
Right, yeah, TV contracts and things like that. But live tickets, you're not really, that's a big, giant zero. So you kind of have to soften the blow, especially when you're a publicly traded company like WWE. You have to keep investors happy. No matter what, you still have people you have to answer to, even if you're a CEO like Vince McMahon is. So you always have to answer to those people, and they say, "Hey, why are operating expense? Why is our revenue down? Right? Why aren't we making any money?" Well, duh, MFers, we've got a freaking global pandemic going.
This thing?
Right? Don't know if you're aware. But either way, people are going to panic, as they have. Right? I mean, I sold all of my stocks and everything that I had as soon as, actually before this happened, thank God, but not insider trading, by the way. It was completely, I didn't make any money. So. But
say that a little louder into the mic.
You're right. But anyway, so you're basically softening the blow by lowering those operating expenses. So I honestly don't know how much cash they saved. I want to say it was like, I don't even want to quote it because I saw a number, but I don't think it's right. But
I've seen a couple different numbers, and I can't accurately say if that's true or not.
Right. So you're basically softening that blow of lost revenue or offsetting that lost revenue by reducing operating expenses. So it makes everything look a little bit better to investors. So I'm also not one of those people, though. I mean, sure, I understand it, but I'm also not one of those people that just says, well, it's business. Yeah. I think that's such a cop-out because I've always believed that a good business has good people, right? So if you are running a good business, you've brought in good people, and I understand that things happen and whatever, but I also think that should be any type of hiring decision or expansion should be a strategic decision. And in that strategy are situations such as these, worst case scenario, if you will. So anyway, long story short, it sucks for all of those people involved. Because let's face it, not all of them are going to bounce back and sign a contract right away. In fact, I don't even know how many of them will, given everything that's going on.
Yeah, no other promotion is running any shows right now, and the promotions that are running shows certainly aren't in a position to bring on any new talent at this time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, of those releases, I don't know if you have the list in front of you.
I don't.
Okay. I can pull it up, but I know it was Gallows and Anderson,
Zack Ryder,
Drake Maverick, Rusev, Heath Slater,
Mike Kanellis, Maria Kanellis.
Yep, Mike Kanellis and Maria Kanellis, Epico, Primo.
Which I don't think anybody even knew they were still with WWE.
Hey, which one trained at Dan's? Primo?
Oh. I want to say Primo.
Oof, that sucks that we don't know that.
Yeah. Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle was another one, yep.
Yeah.
Aiden English, Rowan, Eric Young, Sarah Logan, Leo Rush.
Yep.
No Way Jose.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Chioda.
Which he's been with the company for a long, long time.
I feel like he's been with them ever since they bought WCW.
I think, before that, I read somewhere that it was like 29, 30 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you know what Rusev's real name was?
I want to say I remember seeing it, but I can't.
I
can't name it. Name it off the top of my head.
Yeah, Miroslav Barnyashev.
Wow, that's totally not what I was thinking. I was thinking of something like Matt.
And here he is, ladies and gentlemen.
Matt.
the very feared and revered Bulgarian brute. Matt.
In Howard Finkel's voice.
Yeah. Matt. The Bulgarian brute. So yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
But of those names that we announced, who will land somewhere else when they can?
When they can. Man. I would imagine that...
Oh, Kurt Hawkins. I didn't say Kurt Hawkins.
Oh, no, you didn't say Kurt Hawkins. I would imagine that Gallows and Anderson would probably maybe go back to New Japan.
That's what I think.
Possibly. Yeah. And I saw something on Twitter that possibly teases that.
That's right, yeah. Carl Anderson, posted that little teaser video.
Yeah, so... But nothing has officially been confirmed yet.
Well, New Japan isn't even running.
That's true.
So, I mean, how can they sign talent, when they're not even running themselves? But
right.
I feel like Leo Rush will go back to the Indies. He'll work GCW and CZW and all of those different promotions, probably Ring of Honor. I feel like Mike Kanellis will absolutely sign with Ring of Honor. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you think Rowan will go anywhere, or do you think anybody would even want to pick up Rowan? I mean, that's not a negative, remark towards him or his ability, but
I feel pretty confident that Rowan will go to AEW.
You think so?
He's good friends with Brody Lee, and he became good friends with Chris Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of feel like that's inevitable.
Will a spider be coming with him?
Now, they didn't say that the spider was released. So it may still be under contract.
That spider must have gotten a...
got the Rowan rub.
Yeah. So he's currently recuperating at a medical facility.
That's right. Not a hospital. That is
medical facility nearby.
One other name we didn't say. We didn't say EC3.
Oh, that's right. Well, he was basically sitting at home anyways, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I'm sure not necessarily his choice or anything, but he was just like sitting at home, just, making money, not doing anything.
We said Primo was the one that trained at Dan's, right?
Yes, but we were unsure of that.
Oh, yeah, we were wrong. It was Epico.
Is Epico? Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
Son of a... yeah, I feel like EC3... I don't know. He released a promo yesterday, so like shortly after he got released.
Mm-hmm.
So he's still going to do something. I just don't know what. I see EC3 in NWA.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I could see that, yeah. I could definitely see that. I think that would be a good place for him.
Yeah, him and James Storm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's your big steaming pile of stuff that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hopefully, once everything passes, all those guys the business will pick back up again, and, they will find their place and they can continue doing what they're doing and making a living at the same time too. I know it's been like rough for everybody.
Yeah.
It'll get better at some point.
It will.
It has to.
I
Just
feel
like this podcast.
Yeah, I hope it got better. Holy crap! Couldn't get any worse.
Yeah. we
That
can't
being
get episode
said,
1 worst.
Yeah. Well, that being said, since this is our quote finale, whatever that means, looking back, what are some of your favorite moments from this podcast?
Favorite moments. Even though it was kind of on the way it turned out, I really like the Christmas episode.
Oh, why is that?
Yeah. I think that was kind of like our first creative leap into doing something that wasn't the norm for us at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm proud of it, even though it, those early episodes are kind of hard to listen to a little bit. So, it's a little tough on your ears, but, yeah, I was really proud of that. Really proud of that. Dramatic pause.
One of my favorite things is when you stop talking and then don't lead it in with a question or some kind of open-ended response, is to say nothing and see how long you can hold the silence.
I know. I'm like, finally, I gotta say something. I'll just repeat myself again. So
yeah,
hopefully it'll get the point.
The Christmas episode was good. I might have to agree with you because I think that was the one where we were actually it was probably the most prepared we were.
I don't even think for that episode we were really that prepared, but
dude, we literally wrote
somewhat prepared
letters to Santa.
Yeah. Well, I had mine scribbled on the back of my hand. So
I mailed mine. You didn't mail yours?
Well, no, I can't mail my hand, and plus, my hands start getting all sweaty and everything smeared. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm hoping mine comes true because I mailed Santa, so.
Yeah. What else? What about you? What are some of your, looking back on everything, what are some of your favorite happenings of the show?
Happenings?
Yeah.
Tackle and fuel. Hang on, let me...
Bait and trackle.
Bait? Yeah, probably all of the businesses you have yet to create. Twiddle, Trackle, Facebox.
In this economy, it's not going to happen right now. You know.
Yeah.
That's actually, we are scheduled in under phase 6 of the plan to open the economy back up. So we're somewhere in there.
Yeah.
In the phase 6 section. So
I think I liked chicken.
Yeah. Chicken. We all like chicken. I mean, we love it.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I liked the whole thing, the whole shebang. I think it's funny. I was talking to one Graham Ayers this week.
Who?
Shout out.
Who?
The man they call Chalmers. And, yeah. And he was like, oh, you and Dillon have a podcast? How long you been doing that? I was like, dude, like, since October. It's been going for a while.
I think December, actually, but...
Okay, I like to exaggerate. You should know this about me by now.
Well, I mean, you can exaggerate on some stuff, but...
Not on this. It's got to be exact.
Not on this,
December
no. December
18th, 2019. That's how long.
That's what I like to hear. Facts.
But anyway, looking back on it, I was like, holy smokes. Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah, it's been a couple months.
Yeah. So, yeah, just the fact that we've been doing it, I think, is exciting enough for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, definitely when we started this, I didn't think we'd get up to 16 episodes, I guess.
I mean, the 16th episode was a 3-parter, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know what I mean. I didn't think we'd make it like this far. I mean, at the time I was just concentrated on the task at hand.
Yep.
So I wasn't really thinking too far into the future, but I mean, yeah.
Well, obviously I'm not there, so I can't cheers you, but I will cheers you virtually.
A virtual clink?
A virtual clink.
There you go.
Too many more.
So, yeah.
You have to drink after that, by the way. That's the rule.
Okay.
I don't believe you drank, but whatever.
Okay, I did.
Gulp. There. No.
Gulp. Yeah. Gulp. Gulp.
Okay, so all of that said, this is a normal episode. We're going to do what we normally do, despite all of the breaking news and nonsense that we want to talk about. But this is a normal episode, which means we have a format to follow. That format.
On occasion, yeah.
That format. Hey,
Hey.
we do the best there is, the best there was, and best there ever will be. Best thing of the week, and also the he's gonna puke worst thing of the week. So, Dillon, which would you like to do?
Start off with the besties.
Oh, start with the besties?
Start with the besties. Not the best friends.
Okay.
But
all right.
The best, yeah.
To quote Chief Wiggum from The Simpsons, take him away, toys.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
All right. I'm going to take these toys and give you my best of the week. And I think it was the end of NXT this week with Ciampa getting attacked by Killer Cross.
Ah, you mean Carry On Cross?
Yeah, or whatever they change his name to now at this point. Carry On Cross.
My wayward
cross.
There you go.
Yeah. It was unexpected. And I think, and yeah, like I said, it was very unexpected. You didn't expect that to happen, and I like the look of the promo that he was giving too. Like, it was in a very dark area, barely lit, and he was just sitting there, just promoting his heart out right there. Talking about Gargano, and then all of a sudden the camera drops to the ground and you can't see anything, but in the background there's a lot of commotion going on. You can tell somebody's obviously getting the hell beat out of them, and then Ciampa falls right down in front of the camera, and then you see a leather boot walk into the view of the camera, and then you have Cross's face come right down next to Ciampa's, and he says tick-tock. So I thought that was a real interesting way to bring him into the mix, and I'm kind of excited to see where that's going to go. Although obviously he's going to be starting to feud with Ciampa, so I guess the question is, who comes out on top? Because Ciampa just lost to Gargano.
Yeah.
And Cross is just debuting, so he's going to need a win to kind of help build him up. So that's kind of a tough spot to be in, because you obviously want both guys looking good coming out of it. But, yeah, the decision lies with, who's going to come out on top of the feud. So
it's going to be Cross.
Crosshairs.
It'll be Cross, and Ciampa will move on.
You think so? You think
Yep.
Cross will be the one?
Ciampa will go to probably Raw.
Yeah.
And feud with Cedric Alexander on main event. And that'll be that.
There you go.
That's over.
That's it. So, what about you? What was your best of the week?
Yeah, my best of the week is how AEW has painted Lance Archer.
Murder Hawk?
The Murder
Hawk
monster.
Yeah.
I think just in all, they spent a lot of time with Jake the Snake and the promos and everything like that. But I think one of the simplest things that Jake the Snake said really got it over, and that was this guy was banned from his own country. You had to go over to Japan to wrestle just to make a living.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a simple way to put over, who or why he is the way he is. Here's a dude, because he was Lance Hoyt in WWF, or WWE, sorry. Because wasn't he in Tough Enough?
Oh, God, I can't remember.
Or something like that. And so, yeah, he was there for a little while, whatever. And then, obviously, when you're released by WWE, when that's the only game in town, you can go to the Indies or whatever. But, yeah, he went to New Japan and, was United States champ and all of that. But anyway, the way that they painted that just kind of, put it over to so much more, here's this dude. It's almost like how UFC was, or just MMA in general. When you'd have these guys from different promotions, like Strike Force or whatever. It's like, if we could just get Fedor to come over to UFC and, fight Lesnar or whoever, it would be the biggest fight of all time. Or, if we could get Shogun to come over, And so it's kind of that same mystique, if you will, for him, to where it's like, oh, he's been over here for this whole time, and it was only so he could feed his family, So AEW basically threw him a lifeboat, and now he's here pissed off, basically, to be like, I'll show you who I am or whatever. All roads are definitely leading to Cody versus Lance Archer in the finals. But I kind of feel like I mean, I feel like that's going to happen.
Regardless if it happens in the finals or not.
No. It's going to happen in the finals.
Okay.
That's the one, and that is a criticism of AEW that I have, is that, like, because wins and losses mean something, so far they've shown that they won't throw a swerve into something like that. Like, Kenny Omega was going up against Trent Beretta. I guess just Trent, right? But
Trent, yeah.
In a singles match, and Kenny had that injured wrist. So it should have been enough. Like, if you remove who they are and you just consider peak athletes in their prime going at it, and one of them is less than 100%, that other one should have an advantage. So,
yes, they should.
So Trent, and I'm not saying he should have won, but you could have made an argument for him to win that match.
At least be a little more dominant.
Right. But because of the way that things are with the wins and losses, no. Kenny has to win this match. And so and I'm looking at it the same way with this tournament that they're in, is that because of that, you know, Sammy Guevara will probably beat Darby Allin, or Darby Allin will beat Sammy, and then Darby will lose to Cody, and then Cody will face Lance Archer in the finals, and then Lance Archer will win. I hate that it shouldn't be that predictable. And I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I mean, I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't like it to be that predictable, and I don't know, maybe they could still, there was something else in there, so it doesn't end up like that. Maybe they hold off a little bit before they get to Cody and Lance, but as of right now, that's the picture that they're painting right now.
Yeah.
So, Lance Archer has been looking great though. He's got a couple squash victories, and then he beat Colt.
Yep.
In the tournament, right? Yep. So,
yeah,
he's been looking good.
And, you know, God bless Marco Stunt. You know,
oh God,
I love that kid knows who and what he is.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey man, just throw me around like a rag doll. It's okay. Go ahead and do it. You know, like, people, I don't believe that Lance Archer is reckless in the ring. I believe that he had, you know, the comfortability to be able to do that, to work that way with Marco Stunt because of because of Marco Stunt. You know, I believe that he would be like, hey man, no, it's okay. Go ahead and, you know, bring it on the clothesline, you know.
Yeah.
Bring it on all of it, you know. So it's pretty, good for him.
Yeah. So what did you think of Hager and Moxley?
So I loved the beginning of it. I loved, like, the amateur wrestling, chain wrestling, instead of the professional wrestling, chain wrestling. And then, you know, started going into striking, so it was slowly building up, and then I felt like it just kind of never got there. You know, it built up to a certain level, and it just stayed at that level until it ended.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know.
And that was a no DQ match, too.
It was, yeah.
Yes.
Well, no holds barred.
No holds barred, yeah. I liked how they didn't go the route of, like, say, a normal no holds barred match. They didn't, like, try to use every weapon that they could find. They kept it pretty simple, which, and it told a different kind of story, which I like, because it, like, I kind of hate it when, you know, matches like that get really convoluted with, you know, all kinds of different weapons.
Yep.
It doesn't feel as chaotic in a way, I guess. So I think by keeping it simple and having it feel a little more gritty, in a way. I think that helped it a little bit more. This might be an unpopular opinion about it too, but I also like the way Jim Ross called the match.
Oh, I completely agree with that.
Yeah, I thought he did a great job.
Me too. I mean,
yeah,
I was a little worried when it was just him by himself, and then listening to it, I was like, "Oh, this is great."
Yeah, he sounded good. Like, he sounded really invested.
Yep.
In everything. And is that the first show he's called by himself?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Ever, or just AEW?
Well, ever.
Oh, that I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
probably not.
Probably, yeah. I would imagine probably not, but I mean, no, he handled it very well, and I really like the way he called the show. So
yeah, same.
Yeah. So, but no, Moxley and Hager both looked really good, I thought. Hager lacking in charisma a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of hurts him a little bit too in some ways. But I mean, as far as like a talent and working a match, I think he does good.
I think that's the difference between AEW and WWE. God forbid
Jake Hager.
God forbid a wrestler leave and go somewhere where they legitimize themselves. Jake Hager left and went into MMA and has been very successful there.
Mm-hmm.
If he came back to WWE, he'd probably be champ.
Oh, possibly. I don't know.
I mean,
that's hard to say.
He was world champ in WWE before he left. He'd come back with a legitimate combat sports background, and he'd be thrust into the main event.
Yeah, well, possibly. No, it's hard to say. I mean, yeah, that would definitely be awesome if that would happen. I mean, yeah, he, like you said, he legitimized himself outside of WWE, but, I mean, yeah, I mean, he's not going to come in like a Brock Lesnar or anything like that, and just, be dominant. I couldn't see that, but.
I mean, I don't think that he
should
be.
I mean.
I don't think he should be, but he would, because that's how Vince books things. He's and I hate to play this card, but I'm going to do it. He's a big, white, successful combat sports athlete.
Oh, you played that card.
I did, and I mean, dude, history's on my side on that statement. So,
yeah.
So anyway.
If you would like to contact Carter Gray about his recent comment that he made, you can reach him.
At Carter J. Gray. Come on. I got history on my side.
Come at me. All right. Worst of the week? He's going to puke. Worst thing of the week?
Huh? Oh, my God. That's always my favorite part.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we can do worst of the week then. So, am I going first, or?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Do it.
Whoa.
Oh my God, he's gonna puke! He's gonna puke! He's gonna puke!
Take it, bro.
So usually I don't like to, if there's something that I just truly can't buy into, I don't like to give it more life. But I'm making the exception to that rule this week. So my worst of the week is, I mean, I guess I have two worsts, but so my honorable mention, because this was going to be my worst of the week 2 weeks ago, and then we didn't record. But my worst of the week was the name of the TNT Championship.
Yeah, that's
Just
a
be
little
the-
odd, isn't it?
Just be the television title. What the hell are you doing? Quit trying to be different for the sake of being different. The TNT Championship is the dumbest name I've ever heard of. Like, for real. You could have been the Pangean champion, and that would make more sense. TNT Championship. What happens in 5 years when your 3 years when your contract runs out and someone offers you more money? Is it the USA Championship? Stupid.
It's going to be the Spike TV Championship.
Yeah, we've
Can you
got.
imagine if ECW when they were on TNN came up with the title called the TNN Championship?
The We've Got Pop Championship.
Yeah,
True TV
It's like
champion.
it has like streamers popping out of it.
That name would make sense if Wrestling Society X was still around. Wrestling
Holy
Society X with the MTV Championship.
Yeah.
But TNT, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're saying, oh, it's the TNT Championship because it's defended on Dynamite.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dynamite, TNT.
Yep.
Yeah.
I get it. But, like, just be the television title.
Or just be any other name.
Any name.
Title.
Intercontinental title would have been fine. That's not a ripoff. Plenty of other promotions have that.
Turnbuckle mid-car champion.
Blue mat match champion.
Yeah. Undefeated.
The Mick VZ unstoppable
He's so sleazy.
champion.
Yeah. Ah.
Oh, shit.
Can I DDT you? That's not Mick VZ, though.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah. How's Joey Risk?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
How's he get two shout-outs in a single season?
It's Joey Risk.
3? No.
Yep. I can keep going.
I just, you know what? For the sake of it, then I'm bringing up Johnny Dynamo again.
Oh, okay. He
1,
who
2,
shall not be
3.
named. Oh,
But no, my
TNT Championship.
Yeah, so that was 2 weeks ago. My real worst of the week is Ronda Rousey's comments about, quote, fake fighting.
A lot of people have their panties wrinkled up about this.
So mine are wrinkled for a completely different reason.
First of all, I ran out of laundry detergent.
Yeah, that's right. I've just been wearing the same ones.
Help me.
No. So for me, it is the WWE school of how to be a heel. And I just, nothing makes me more agitated. Like, you know, the only way to be a heel is to get people to not like you. And the only way to get people to not like you is to be annoying or, you know, do whatever. I mean, it's like, you know, okay, well, I don't want her to just be annoying, because if she's annoying, then the smart wrestling fans will see through that, and they'll still cheer her. So she'll get cheers even though I want her to get booed. So how do I piss off the smart wrestling fans? Oh, I know. We'll call wrestling
it fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? There's breaking down the fourth wall, and then there's just pissing all over the business. Like,
Yeah.
why would you? I don't know. I think that is the absolute wrong way to go about it. If they're, you know, and they say, oh, wrestling's basically open for interpretation, this is the one thing you can't do. I'm a heel because I call wrestling fake. No, you're a fucking idiot.
Whoa, whoa.
It irritates me. I think it is the dumbest way to try to get heat, because you're getting the wrong type of heat. You're not getting like heel heat. You're getting I'm an asshole heat. You know, and like.
But what if she isn't working?
She is working.
Well, I'm just saying, what if she isn't?
But she is.
Okay. We clarified that you said she is, but I'm just throwing the other scenario. What if she isn't? But Dillon, you don't understand. She is. So.
It's hard for me to entertain that scenario because she is. I mean, like, with how much that she respects pro wrestling and, how much that she admired it growing up, these are not comments that she would make. So, I mean, it is a work. It's just, it's stupid.
It's a stupid work. But.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people upset about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
What about you, Mr. Swade? What you got?
Oh, man. I don't know. I'm going to have to... I think we already talked about it. The big steaming pile of crap that was the major let goes from the company just over 24 hours ago.
That's your worst?
That's my worst. Yeah. So.
Is there any specific reason why that's your worst?
Coronavirus?
2 weeks running.
Economy?
I mean, I guess I look at that list and I think of kind of what could have been.
Especially with EC3.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big what if. What if he actually got, a push? I would like to have seen what, he could have done with that.
Why did they even bring him up? What was wrong with him in NXT?
He barely wrestled in NXT, it feels like.
Yeah.
Now that I'm trying to, think about it and remember, I can only remember him wrestling a handful of matches. One of them was a ladder match for...
He was in the ladder match for the North American title.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. And then besides that, I don't remember any memorable feud that he had. I can't remember anything.
Yeah.
He was a 24/7 champ too, though, wasn't he?
I don't know that he ever was. Oh, no, you're right. He was.
I think it was for a hot second.
Yeah.
A scolding hot second he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rusev is another one. I hate that Vince hates his fans. And
you hate that Vince hates his fans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have no problems saying that he hates his fans because it's true. I mean, he deliberately does the opposite of what they're looking for.
Yeah.
Rusev Day, when they first announced that, was just as hot as freaking Enzo and Cass when they first hit the main roster.
Yeah.
And he sabotaged it until he was blue in the face.
That must have been I imagine that would be a big merchandise seller for him at that time.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Everybody was saying Rusev Day. It put Aiden English over. Aiden English wasn't even wrestling. But he's just can't stand it when other people dictate how a show goes. No, that's not what I want to get over.
Yeah.
It's gotta be Roman. Damn it.
Well, yeah, the let goes.
Rusev would have been a big one. EC3 would have been a big one. Zack Ryder, man. Dude, when he won that Intercontinental title in that ladder match.
Granted, that was out of nowhere.
But the crowd erupted.
Yeah.
And then he lost it the next night to The Miz.
Mm-hmm.
Now, don't get me wrong. I love The Miz, but, dude.
Remember when he beat Ziggler for the U.S. title? And then, what was it, the next night on Raw, they had Ryder with the U.S. title, Punk with the WWE title, and Daniel Bryan with the World Heavyweight Championship. And that's how they started the show, with the three of them in the ring.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Ryder was over then. Like, huge over.
I believe Ryder will be in AEW.
When everything starts picking back up, yeah, that would be cool. You would definitely have more room to flow to stuff.
Yeah, you could keep Cody and Lance Archer separate forever.
Mm-hmm.
And Lance Archer could just be killing people, running through people. You know, maybe something happens to where they don't end up facing off in the tournament, so that feud is prolonged. And then finally, Lance Archer gets his match against Cody, and then he just victimizes Cody.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe he wins, or maybe he gets disqualified, and he's just beating him relentlessly. And then, boom, Zack Ryder comes down to make the save.
Woo, woo, woo.
You know who did Zack Ryder's theme song? That one that started out with woo, 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 woo.
Woo, woo, woo. No.
Downstate. Why is that significant?
WWE's official band.
Yeah, but why is that
choice?
Significant?
I don't know why that's significant.
Because that's the band that does Cody's theme that performed live at the last pay-per-view.
Oh. Well, you heard it here first. Carter has confirmed that Zack Ryder is going to AEW.
Well, he already changed his Instagram handle to his real name, Matt Cardona.
That doesn't have the ring to it like Zack Ryder does. It's not that marketable, I don't think.
Hang on, let me pull it up, make sure I quoted it right. Maybe it's something else.
Okay.
Nope, Cardona.
It's Jim.
It's Matt. The Bulgarian
This time spelled GYM.
Now that's a character.
Yeah.
Let me read this. Is it Jim? No. It's Matt. The G makes a M sound.
Yeah. Matt Jim.
No.
Jim Matt.
God, yes.
Instead of Jim Rat, it's Jim Matt.
It's just Matt.
Because I work out, right? I mean, look at this body. Get out of here, Ryder. It's Jim.
I mean, Matt.
I don't even know who I am anymore.
I feel like you just kind of phoned in your worst.
Phoned in my worst?
Yep.
Yeah, maybe. It's America.
True.
Yes.
Okay, well, should we wrap this thing up?
Yeah, is there anything else you'd like to add or
subtract?
Put out there? I know this has also been like a pretty hot topic lately. Every time like this person, posts something on Twitter, like I noticed like there's some people who ask the same question over and over, no matter what this person tweets. This question will always get asked, totally unrelated to what this person is tweeting, but when are you coming out of retirement?
I had a feeling this is what you were leading up to.
Yeah. I mean, I thought you gave a reasonable explanation on your solo episode.
Did I?
I thought you did.
What did I say?
You're like, I make too much money doing what I do now. I don't need wrestling.
Now that you say that, it did kind of come off like that, didn't it?
Yeah.
That's not what I meant at all.
I just got really big doing all this other thing, and then I was like, wrestling? Nah.
Yeah, that's it's not how it was supposed to come off. Yeah, so I mean, there's two answers to that. I suppose we got time, right?
Oh my God, we've been going for like an hour and 25 minutes. I mean, what's another half hour?
Yeah. So the real answer is kind of longer. I don't know if I've ever actually said it like publicly. But yeah,
I hate wrestling.
it's my least favorite thing to talk about.
Yeah.
I actually like basketball better. And,
Yeah, so I got a tryout with the with the B League of the
yeah, the B League of the G League. They actually don't pay, and no.
The Idahoans.
The Idahoans.
Idahoans.
Yeah. Idahoans. Idaho.
Yeah. Rhode Island.
So last summer, my stepbrother passed away from a brain tumor, and the last 9 months of his life were pretty debilitating. Literally, I mean, he couldn't move on his own, so my stepfather had to basically move him out of bed, care for him, I mean, in every way imaginable. Mm-hmm. And my stepfather was a pretty successful athlete in his own right. He had a football scholarship and then ended up getting hurt while he was in college, and hurt to the point of if you play anymore, you will more than likely be paralyzed. Now, to the NCAA's credit, or at least the school he went to their credit, they wouldn't clear him to where he could play because he said if it was up to him, he'd play in a heartbeat. He didn't care about paralysis. It'd be worth it because he'd do what he would love to do. Well, anyway, so after my stepbrother passed away, I had a conversation with my stepfather, and he knew that I was basically training for my comeback. I had talked to a few people, and I was planning on doing something. I'm not going to say like the promotion or anything like that because you just never know, right? But I was planning on doing something, and then so he obviously knew about that, and his comment to me was, I know that you're wanting to do this and everything, and it's obviously very dangerous, but I want you to know that, I felt that way about football, that I would have done it in a heartbeat, regardless of if I knew I was going to get injured or not. He said, but had I done that, I would not have been able to care for my son in a time that he needed it the most. So when all of that happened, he said that to me, I kind of took a step back and realized that maybe I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and that doing this other thing in wrestling was probably not what I was supposed to do. So whether that's right or not, I don't know, but it meant something to me. So that's kind of where I'm at. The other answer is in the right situation. So that's that.
Well, there you go. So everybody stop asking him.
No, it is absolutely flattering when people ask, though.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure.
It makes me feel like I did some good out there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I had a halfway decent match with people not named Terry Stevens. Or Jason Hades.
Or
Jack Thriller.
Or
Johnny Dynamo.
Oh, you went too far. We should have stopped at Thriller. Well, there you go. There's your explanation.
Boom.
And I think that's a very noble and reasonable explanation.
Thanks.
Stop asking me. Damn it. Well, there you go. There's our episode.
Whoa. There it is.
Hour and a half.
Whoop,
hour and a half.
There it is.
And there it went.
Yeah.
An hour and a half later.
Oh, I'm just working.
Yeah.
I gotta get back to work now.
So
Go get on this bus.
yeah.
Spurdy, spurdy, spurdy.
All right.
So
anything else you'd like to add?
Nope, that's it. And
Nope.
you know, maybe when wrestling comes back to life and the world normalizes is when we will launch season 2. So until then,
That will be next week. So after we get done watching our normal wrestling shows.
yeah, most likely.
So stay tuned, everybody.
Most likely. Oh, but no, thank you to everyone for keeping this alive, giving us a reason to talk wrestling every week. It's been a lot of fun for me, I know that, and I look forward to doing it more next season.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get the old thinking caps on and we'll come up with some new stuff to do on the show.
Well, if we keep getting questions that are different than when are you coming out of retirement, we may have to have a questionnaire segment.
There we go.
Boom.
No
Also,
gifts, though.
We're huge in the UK. Like, huge.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like
At least one person thinks we're huge in the UK.
bigger than the Beatles, I've heard.
Not the band,
Shit.
not the band, but the actual little beetles that
Right,
are
yeah.
in the ground.
A plague on both your houses.
Yeah, the insects.
Bigger than insects over there.
Yeah,
That's what I meant to say.
yeah,
Not like in popularity, but like in size
in size
and weight.
and how much we eat a day.
Bigger.
Yeah, ginormous.
So in the meantime, if you want to keep up with us, ask us our opinions on things. How can you do that, Dillon?
Well, think of a good question first.
You think of a good question.
No, I'm telling everybody to think of a good question
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
Yeah. Don't start asking when I'm coming out of retirement.
Dillon, when?
But yeah, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, QuickBane Pod. We also have a website, quickbanepod.com.
QuickBanePod.com.
You can ask us your reasonable and thought out questions on that website. And I know it's been a while, but this should be uploaded to WrestlingHeadlines.com, and the video version will be on their YouTube page, WrestlingHeadlines.com.
Good job.
Yes.
Good job.
In my AM radio voice.
All right. Thank you, everyone, and we will see you next season.
All right. See ya.